There are lots of different things that narcissistic people simply just don't get over, and these are everyday things that don't particularly offend genuine people. However, it offends a narcissistic person to the point where it triggers that narcissistic injury, causing that narcissistic rage where they seek to punish you for daring to stand up to them. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things narcissism, and this video is going to be about some toxic behaviour of narcissistic people that negatively impacts their lives, and when you're around them it will inevitably negatively impact your life, as narcissistic people are some of the most self-entitled, envious people that you could ever meet. So one of the first toxic behaviours of a narcissist that they struggle to get over is when they don't get everything their own way. They believe they're special, they believe they're superior, they're arrogant enough to believe that they're always right and they should come first. They have that sense of entitlement that they should be served. So they believe that everything should just go their way, and when it doesn't go their way, this criticizes who they are as a person, and they get offended by those around them for not pandering to their needs, which is often why they can start promising you things to get you to change your mind to serve them. However, once you've changed your mind to serve them, because they had to promise you something to get something from you, they've already taken offense, so they seek to punish you. They might start trying to guilt trip you and pity play with you. Again, if you change your mind because they are offended that you dared not to give them their own way, they are going to go all out to seek that revenge on you, to feel better about who they are as a person. So it really criticizes the whole makeup of the thought process of where the narcissist is coming from when they don't get their own way. When someone has something, I would say when someone has something that they want, however, it can be as simple as somebody having something that they do not have. Even if they don't want it, it offends them, it criticizes them. Why is that person entitled to that and I'm not? They don't even want the item, but because somebody else has got it, they want it too. And it offends them when other people have things. If you compliment another person on something, or if you mention what another person has or has purchased or has achieved in front of a narcissistic person, they get offended. Oh, so you prefer that to mine, do you? Even if they've got one, they get offended. Someone getting a new car can offend a narcissistic person. People going places that a narcissist isn't interested in can offend them, and they seek to put it down and sabotage it and ruin it for the other person. We all have our different hobbies and the things that we enjoy. Some people like going to watch the football, and some people like going to watch the rugby. Some people like horse racing, some people like dog racing, some people like motorsport, some people like dancing. We all have those different hobbies that we enjoy. Most of us can respect another person's hobby. We can also respect that we do not have the information about that hobby because we're not that interested in it. So we can listen to them, but we can't really chime in because we don't have that information, because that's not our hobby. Our hobby is something else. We know more about that. With a narcissistic person, even if they're not interested in your hobby, they're going to know more about your hobby, or they're going to put it down or mock it or criticize it, or oh, what would you want to go there for? And that's a bit boring. What would they want to do that for? Even if they're not interested in it in themselves, they're still going to pull the people down. So people doing something that they're not, even if it's something they're not interested in doing, it offends them. And it's something they struggle to get over because they believe that someone's had an opportunity that they haven't. So they seek to tear that person down. When people get praise in front of them, a narcissistic person will happily pick out one of your insecurities, and they will happily compliment another person about your insecurity in front of you. And then if you try to say, hey, you just said that kind of hurt my feelings. Oh, stop being so sensitive. You're too insecure. You need to go and work on yourself. That's your problem. You go and deal with it. They're not interested. They actually enjoy provoking that within you in a way that those around you can't particularly see what the narcissist has provoked. And then the narcissist will accuse you. They don't recognise that you are pleased for the other person. You're happy for the other person. You're proud of the other person. You've also complimented the other person, but you feel like you need to do something for yourself. You don't want to take it away from the other person. A narcissist doesn't recognise this. They just take it as you're just bitter, you're just jealous of that other person, because that's where their thought process is coming from, and they don't see it from another way. Therefore, if you are to praise somebody in front of them, and narcissistic people have many underlying insecurities. However, it's not something to put them down. With a genuine person, if you know that somebody is insecure about something, you're not going to go and compliment somebody else in front of them, because you don't want to make them feel even more insecure. Whereas with a narcissistic person, well, with people in general, someone can just be going on holiday, perhaps somewhere you yourself would like to go, and you can just come home really excited for that person and saying, hey, guess where so-and-so is going on holiday? Just to strike up that two-way conversation. Oh, I'm not really interested in that. Have you seen what I've done today? And they switch the conversation. Or they'll listen and then they'll be like, oh, what do they want to go there for? Of all the places, we went here. That's far better. So they can't get over people having or doing things that they haven't done, even if they don't want those things or they don't want to do those things. Narcissistic people don't like losing control. This really triggers them. This is something that they struggle to get over, because they like to be superior. They like to believe they're special. So they like to keep control of those around them. And if they can't control those around them, they like to control how those around the person who they've lost control of, they like to control what others think of that person, because it hurts them, it irritates them that they can't control the situation. Narcissistic people struggle to get over people walking away from them. Now, yes, for many people, it's difficult when somebody ups and leaves you. It's difficult when you're abandoned. There's a lot of layers to uncover. It's difficult for a genuine relationship to break down, when you genuinely love and care about each other but realise you just don't want the same things. It's heartbreaking, and it's very, very difficult to break up and process. However, you figure out the way to come to terms with it all. With a narcissistic person, if anybody dares leave them, the narcissist seeks to gain revenge on that person. We can all get to a point when we've been lied to and conned and deceived and duped of wanting to see karma hit, wanting to see justice served. However, there's a thing called empathy that stops people taking it too far. Narcissistic people like this. And because they struggle to get over you walking away from them, they seek to find any way they can to punish you. And if you do something, even if you just want what is rightfully yours in the divorce, they accuse you of not being over them. They accuse you of holding a grudge against them. They accuse you of being the bitter one, because that's the place that they are coming from. If you listen closely enough to a narcissist, they project onto you their very own thoughts and feelings. So when you're stood there thinking, oh, am I being? Oh, maybe. They want you to back down. They want you to feel like you're being awkward and stubborn, so that you back down, because you're taking responsibility for their behaviour and you're taking responsibility for your behaviour, so that they don't have to take any form of responsibility and they can get their needs met by you. by punishing you, by getting one over on you. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, the best way to deal with them is don't go no contact, leave them to go and live their life while you go and live yours. Not always possible, in which case it needs to be limited contact and grey rock. I shall link the playlist for rules to deal with narcissistic people in the video description. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do have a new book out on Amazon, which is 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People, if you'd like to check that out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.